What are you hearing from your friends still on the teams and in intelligence bureaus I know you worked with? Is this for real? Is Joe and his cronies doing this to puff their chest against Iran as he goes out the door? Or are they trying to give Trump a horrible situation because they know he wants to put America first and get out of endless wars?
I tell you what, and Dan, you know this well, in the military, we had a tenet. It was leave the place better than you found it for the next coming behind you. Mm-hmm. And while they may do wargaming scenarios of striking Iran's nuclear facilities, and that may be viable in the future, you don't do it with a month or even weeks left within your administration and hand that off to somebody else. And what's even more alarming is the fact that this hits the public eye. And Iran knows now that we're discussing this. They know we have been discussing this for a while. But what happened to keeping secrecy of potential contingency plans that the military might execute?
I know.
It's beyond me.
Trump brought it up right when he was running. Remember in 15-16, he was like, he always made fun of Barry. He'd be like, look at these idiots, Barack and Joe over here, telling the bad guys what they're going to do before you do it. You don't do that. You hit them. They'll find out when you hit them. Like, this is, for anybody that was a warrior like yourself, this is the most idiotic, asinine thing you could do for warriors, because you put y'all in a horrible predicament situation here where you're like, oh, well, yeah, we told the bad guys we were coming on January 18th. You don't do that. Mike, I want your opinion, though, on the Gitmo release, because anybody that has served in the endless wars in Iraq and Afghanistan after 9/11, I'm sure, has something to say about us releasing almost a dozen of these terrorists. Your thoughts?
Dan, we've seen this movie before. We've done this, and what do? They return to their previous activities before we capture them. So, you know, this is really where it hits home for me. Did Biden consider the families of the 3,000 fallen Americans from 9/11?
No.
Before he made this decision? It's unfathomable to me that he would release these prisoners that have been enemies of our state, enemies of just innocent people. I mean, the evils that these men in Al-Qaeda perpetrated against innocent people across the world, they're not worthy of any forgiveness whatsoever.
Trump's been talking a lot about buying Greenland. People are making fun of him. Oh, whatever. Greenland is key, especially with China pushing on Russia and amping things up against America. Wouldn't having Greenland be part of America so we could stage military there and other things be a deterrent against Russia and China in the future? So to me, it's a pretty smart move, but I'm not battle tested like you. What do you think about that?
No, it's an absolutely smart move. And you're looking at it from a geographical sort of strategic advantage. Whenever we can cut the distance to our near-peer military competitors, it is a deterrent in itself. Now, in the unfortunate event that we do go to war, it's also a staging base, not only for our subs, but Dan, keep this in mind. One of the new battlefronts emerging is the Arctic, and the resources that come with that region.